Okay, hi. This is Michael Ellis, and if I would if I would just pay attention to like the blatant um stuff in my life, I would actually get somewhere. But it's the little things that count. That you that you're presented to, and it's like there, and you just forget about it and do other stuff. You think it's a different way, or you think different things will work differently, or it might be something else. But when you're presented with something kind of in your face, uh, you just don't get it. That's kind of been my whole life. So, um, so this is from a shamanic journey that I did when I was in college, and I was learning how to do shamanic journeying to the different realms. I was working with a book and some CDs that had drumming on them, and I don't know if it was a book. Yeah, I think it was a book specifically for learning shamanic journeying, and it had a CD and also Alex Gray's book with the CD, doing that too. So doing two different things to get shamanic journeying kind of under my belt. And so I went to the upper world, and this was like completely out of the blue. I just went to the upper world, and like they knew exactly what I needed, because like since I was 16, I've always been like obsessed with, free energy stuff, or kind of the fringe science deals, and I've always wanted to like create my own free energy device, or like discover one or something, and that was about the same time I got into orgonite, and I was like kind of like realizing that was, something interesting anyways that worked. But only recently have I really realized that, the life force is a type of free energy, I guess, if you will. So that's what Tesla like eventually realized, and how he started manipulating that into electronics and stuff. But so I went to the shamanic journey in the upper world, and this was like 2008ish maybe. And I saw the sun and the moon, and they were like, "Here you go. Here's a free energy device. The secret to free energy. The secret to all free energy." And they gave me a coil that was like triangular shaped. And one side was clockwise, and the other side was counterclockwise. So, being in the sun and the moon, this kind of made sense. Like going back on my alchemy um, instruction, and the sun being left-handed, right-handed rather, the moon being left-handed, and them having different polarities. But they're presented together, um, like conjoined, and that's how you get the secret to alchemy, is by combining the polarities in unison, and that's how most of nature works, I guess, according to the Hermetic teachings. So basically, they said this coil was the secret to free energy, and it's all you needed to know. They didn't say a whole lot, but they just said, take this coil, here it is. They didn't really talk at all, or much. So taking this coil, we see it's the secret to free energy, and I literally made a triangular one version of it, and it didn't really do anything but sit on a shelf for another 10 years before I started experimenting with it. So basically, it's a coil. It has windings that are clockwise and counterclockwise. It's essentially bifilar, meaning it could be reduced to a bifilar coil. So there you see it's clockwise on one hand and counterclockwise on the other hand, same coil. I called it the compression coil when I discovered it, kind of in honor of the TV show Firefly and the movie Serenity. Because on one episode, their compression coil breaks down, and their whole ship goes dead. So I thought it would be cool to call it the compression coil, because it kind of builds up a magnetic field that is opposed to each other, and I think it's kind of used in this one kind of converter. Or, I don't know, maybe it's not, or I thought it was or something. But the like buck something converter. Someone said it was used in, but I don't know that for sure, but and so anyways, so I named it the compression coil because it kind of compressed the magnetic field between it. But what we're actually using it for instead is to extract energy from a source. Specifically a source kind of hooked up with, like Nikola Tesla said, the wheelwork of nature. So we got to get something that's like like um like um like connected to the like natural like energy systems, like a tree or something. So so basically that's how I was left it. So so I did this experiment by doing one on a steel rod and winding a coil on a steel rod like this, and running some electricity through it from a power supply, and from a regulated power supply, mind you. And by the time I turned it off, like the thing like violently discharged into the power supply, and there was smoke and there were sparks, and the power supply was ruined. Mind you, this is a desktop electronics power supply, so it's supposed to have the electronics that prevent it from sparking and like overheating and discharging and all that other nasty stuff that happens when you're experimenting with electronics. So this it's supposed to be protected against, and this basically blew the thing up, and I had to buy another one. So, and there's almost just a fire in the house, so that was bad in multiple ways. So yeah, so be careful if you're experimenting with these things. They can burn up your power supply if you charge them up and then discharge them. They can carry a wallop. So anyways, so here I got the idea. I was researching adder stones or hag stones. Actually, I knew them by hag stones, but adder stones is another name for them, and they have this association with snakes and snakes shedding their skins and snakes biting and whatnot. And that gave me the idea that in history, snakes have been kind of identified as like electrical cords. Like ancient healers like had snakes in their hands, and they said they could like resuscitate the dead and stuff. Basic like what's it called? I forgot the word. The I don't know, the EKG. No, not EKG. No, I don't know. I'll remember it later. But the thing where you shock them in the chest and it revives them. So anyways, so snakes are kind of like co-evolve or like symbolize warriors that can shock you and stuff. So in like historical lore. So the Adderstone gave me the idea to use it as a transformer core, and by wrapping my windings around the compression coil around the stone, which is paramagnetic, so it has a connection to the Earth's magnetic field. So wrapping the wires around the stone in a balanced fashion, which there are equal windings on each side, it gave off a tremendous amount of orgone energy, like not even being hooked up to anything. And it radiates out through the wires whenever I connect something up to it, like a battery or something. It doesn't charge a battery, but it will radiate the energy out of whatever it's hooked up to. So this is a decent and more powerful than orgonite even orgone energy source, because when you create orgonite, you get this little boost of energy before it hardens, and it doesn't really stay that way. It kind of like fades off or fizzles after the resin cures. I don't know how or why that happens, but anyways, this stays on, and it's really intense orgone energy field, and almost like a little star, or like opposing magnetic structure is evolves around this setup. So I'm right now I'm trying to see if I can get any bubbles out of water. See if I can do electrolysis with the coil a little bit. Right now it's more just energy field around it that I'm obtaining. So that's what I'm doing right now. Kind of experimenting with that and the legends and whatnot that exist. Kind of trying to interpret them. So thanks for watching. This is my close.